New at 5, Governor Tate Reeves is calling a special session to start later this week. This is to address the June 30th expiration of status related to the disclosure of youth records and multiple lawsuits regarding those statutes. Governor Reeves called lawmakers to convene starting tomorrow at 3 in the afternoon. He says the agreed upon solution, as proposed and agreed by the House and Senate leadership, sets up a far better system for both kids who are abused and neglected, as well as those children facing delinquency proceedings. He went on to say that for the first time, children and families will have access to full-time judges, and it will move us toward a uniform youth court system statewide.